Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Thousand Heritage 2.0 Urban Cycling Helmet. Thousand first introduced their Heritage helmet back in 2015 as a retro-style helmet designed to make people actually want to wear a helmet on the bike. After nearly 8 years of being on the market, Thousand has released an updated Heritage 2.0 that we have here to replace that model and update it. As you can see, packaging is very simple. It's just a cardboard box. This is actually how they ship it, so they really try to minimize waste or excess packaging. Nice positive message on one side, and then the sticker on the other that shows we have the Speedway Cream and the size medium. We'll go ahead and take this out of the box and we'll go over the specs. Retail price on this is $99, so quite affordable, and more affordable than the $145 Chapter MIPS helmet. This has an inclusive fit, which is actually designed to fit oval heads or round heads equally well. You also have Thousand's famous PopLock feature, which is a little magnetic cover that lets you run a lock directly through the helmet for nice secure parking. You also have a free crash replacement policy, so if it's ever damaged or stolen while using the PopLock, they'll provide a free replacement, which is really nice. You also get some premium features like a magnetic buckle, which makes it really easy to take on and put off. And you have the new optional light on the rear. So this is attached using a magnet that's built in here, and it'll just pop into place. It's approximately $25 and should be available pretty soon. We don't have it for this review, but we do estimate it to be out within the next few months. As far as what's included, obviously you get the helmet. It's a really attractive helmet with that retro styling. You get some tags here that tell you a little about the Thousand brand and some of the features. You get a fabric carrying bag, which is really cool to see at this price point. And it's a great way to store the helmet or to travel with it without it getting damaged or dusty. Inside here, you also have the owner's manual, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be reading, as well as some of the perks here that you can activate, such as the crash replacement, by simply setting up your email account. Now let's take a look at the weight of the helmet. Again, this is the size medium. So if we balance that on here, that comes out to 482, so fairly heavy for an urban helmet, especially with the lack of MIPS or any integrated lights. The Heritage 2.0 takes everything people loved about the original Heritage, but improves the fit, ventilation, and visibility with small tweaks. Visually, the Heritage keeps the same distinctive retro design with the built-in sun visor that's actually integrated into the frame, as well as a lot of attractive and unique color schemes. Thousand currently offers this helmet in 8 different options, including these matte finishes, graphic options, as well as the bright, metallic, shiny options. So you can really find the one that matches your style and personality. And that's one of the reasons why these helmets are so distinct. They really just stand out, and they're fun to wear because they're really attractive designs. You can see the helmet itself has a really retro design. It almost looks like a moped helmet. You have an extended rear, and then the sun visor that comes off the front. You have the accent color against the edges with this little rubber gasket that goes around. We have the Speedway Cream here, and it's probably one of the best color schemes you can choose with this racing-inspired graphics going right down the top. Unlike the previous version, the stripes are actually just vertical instead of being slightly angled, but they still give you that racy look and would look equally good on a bike, e-bike, scooter, or even on a road racing car. You have these flashy little metal clips on the outside that are polished on both sides. This little accent color, which is white on most of the colors, unless you pick the stealth color, which would make it all black. And then the accent color on the side straps with this tan. So it's a really attractive color scheme that's quite distinct again. The big difference with this is the improved ventilation. So while the original Heritage only had a couple vents on the back, they've actually matched the styling of the Chapter and added these vertical vents on the top. So there's 6 of them, and you can see they run down the middle. So you have 4 down the center and then 2 on the sides that help you have more ventilation and stay cooler, so that means you can ride longer, faster, and on warmer days with this helmet now. The other big improvement here is with the fit system. So they've really redesigned this, so it's designed to work with round heads or more oval shaped heads. So it's a very inclusive fit, and they've done a lot of work to really fine tune the cradle, the padding, and then these straps as well. So everything's been updated here. You can see the padding is designed to really minimize any pressure points and is easily removable and cleanable with these Velcro attachments. They're all located on the front and the top. Then you have the straps that run through the helmet and to the back with the rear dial. So a very simple dial to adjust, and you can see adjust the cradle inward or outward. So it should fit quite a wide range of head sizes. You have padding on the back of these as well. So you can see a little rubber here that makes it nice and comfortable. And then the straps themselves, these are vegan leather, so fake leather, but they look almost like leather with this grain finish. And with the tan color, it really pairs well with a lot of the color schemes. Makes it look a lot more expensive. There is no side adjustment though, as you can see. So instead of having a little splitter here, it's actually just sewn onto each other. So that's one downside. You can't adjust the fit here under your ear, but you do have the adjustable strap on the bottom. And this is a magnetic buckle, so you just get it close and then it locks into place. So a really nice feature and something you don't see on lower end helmets, especially at $100. The other cool thing here is with the PopLock. So this is the little poppable feature on the side. So it has a little magnet here that holds it in place and then a rubber strap. You can run a lock through here, so you can actually put a lock through here, lock this to your bike. And if it was ever to get stolen while it's locked, they'll actually replace it for free. So it's a very convenient way, and it's large enough to fit most cable or even U-locks. The other feature is the optional rear magnetic taillight. So you can see the little slot cut in here, and there's a magnet inside the frame that holds it in place. So we don't actually have the taillight for this rear, that's not available currently, but we have the one from the chapter just to give you a demo of what it will look like. You can see obviously this doesn't attach as the magnets aren't compatible. But if you used your imagination, you could see this is roughly what the taillight will look like. You'd have great side visibility and then a very simple removable design that's tool free. So if you ever wanted to take it off, you just pull it off. You want to put it back on, it will just lock into place without any straps or Velcro to deal with. So a nice feature and another design element they've carried over from the chapter. Now let's take a look at the Heritage 2.0 on the road. The 1000 helmets are one of our favorite in terms of designs and color schemes. As you can see here, the Speedway cream really looks great with that off-white and then the tan side strap, so it really pops. And you have that nice retro profile that's very comfortable. Even though it is a heavier helmet, it's still very comfortable to wear. And thanks to additional ventilation, you can wear this on longer rides or hotter days. The fit is easy to adjust with that rear dial and then the straps. And with the redesigned one, it's supposed to be better for more people with different head shapes. With the additional vents on this helmet, it's a lot cooler than the previous version, so you can actually wear this on longer rides or on hotter days very comfortably, while the previous version had very small vents. Otherwise, the helmet's very easy to adjust, and with that built-in little visor, you get additional protection from the sun and plenty of space for tall sunglasses. So overall, really nice helmet. We do wish it was a little bit lighter, but aside from that, it's a unique helmet that really makes you want to wear a helmet, as you have the unique color schemes, the PopLock feature, and then the taillight, which we're excited to try in the future. One of the more direct comparisons is the 1000 chapter MIPS. This is our more performance-oriented model. So you can see it has larger vents. You have 8 instead of the 4 on the Heritage 2.0. And with this, you have the MIPS. So the chapter MIPS obviously has a MIPS liner, which gives you a little bit of rotational impact, and it's a lighter weight helmet with a finished rim versus the exposed foam on the Heritage. It is more expensive at $150 versus the $100, so they're definitely built to different price points. You can see both of them have the taillight, which is one of the carryover features. So this one has its own taillight, and you can see the magnet. It's really nice. You just get it close, and it sits there nice and securely. This is not compatible with the Heritage, as the magnets actually don't attract to each other, so you do have to purchase the different taillight. But very similar in design, and you can get fun color schemes with this, as well as the Heritage, while the Heritage has more options. Another nice comparison is the Lazer Citizen. So you can see this is a nice green color scheme. Minimal venting, but you have a nice U-vent on the front versus the top vents on the Heritage 2.0. Similar profiles otherwise, you have the extended coverage, a little bit heavier with exposed foam. The Lazer KinetiCore is a cool feature though. So these are the little crumple zones built into the helmet as you can see here, and that replaces the need for MIPS and gives it a little bit of extra protection. This is a little bit cheaper, and you can see that with the exposed foam, the lack of a magnetic buckle. And then you also have an optional taillight, which is this little slot design. So you just rotate it and then pull it out, and it's about $25 as well. So pretty clean and similar design, but it's not magnetic, but it is tool-free. You don't have PopLock on other bike helmets, but you do have a slot here, which you could theoretically put a cable through, but not a U-lock. If you want a higher end helmet, the Bolle Eco React is a really nice one. This is the Halo model. So it actually has built-in lights here, as you can see, which is one of the coolest features. They're almost invisible when they're off, as they're integrated into the shell. It's very lightweight, and you get a fabric bill on here, rather than the built-in one on the Heritage. The nice thing about that is you can actually pull this off if you don't want it, and swap out the padding. And I think it looks a little bit sleeker as you can flip it up or down. This is quite a bit more expensive though, at $200 plus, versus a really affordable $100, but you do get the lights and the lighter weight construction. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the 1000 Heritage 2.0. What we like about it is you have creative color schemes. Instead of just standard red, white, and black colors, you actually have a lot of matte finishes with accents, graphics, and even the metallic finish, so you can really find the one that matches your personality. Also with the Heritage 2.0, you get larger vents that really improves airflow through the helmet and makes it more comfortable to wear on hot rides or longer rides. And you also have the magnetic PopLock feature, which is a really cool feature, a nice way to lock the helmet to your bike, as well as the magnetically attached taillight. The main cons for the helmet is the fact that it is fairly heavy, especially for a helmet that doesn't have any lights. And the taillight does have to be purchased separately, so you do have to account for that extra cost. Taking everything into account would give the Heritage 2.0 an 8.5 out of 10. This helmet offers better fit and ventilation than its previous version. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.